Hello everyone, this is my presentation on my final major project 2020. It's called By. It's a biophilic design car. Without further ado, let's get into it. What biophilic means is love of life, and it's a term from Edward O. Wilson as he realised that urbanisation was leading to a disconnection from the natural world. That's quite important, I think. So my inspiration for this project was the Nanjing vertical forest. I really liked the way that the plants was integrated with the urban city. Like the green against the concrete really stood out to me, and I like to see that more in the world, I think. It not only looks good, but does have a lot of mental and physical health benefits to it. Here are 8 really good points I saw, and feel free to pause the video at any time if you want to read through any of these. The environmental impact is also more plants equals better quality of air and better quality of life in an urban area, so really good to have plants in an urban area. Here are some of my inspirations for this project. Nanjing Vertical Forest there again, and the Kutex Hospital in Singapore there on the right. The thing about it being a hospital is the biophilic design is said to heal the body and mind, and obviously being a hospital, that's what you go there for, so really great example there. This project, I thought the best way to do it would be with autonomous vehicles, so I put some research into that, and from what I found, that's definitely the way it's going. It's going to save a lot of lives, and many people think we're going to lose a lot of jobs because of it, but that won't be the case from what I researched. So at this point I was looking into doing some of my own designs. I looked into the architectural examples and took inspiration from there and put them into an autonomous product, and these are just some early sketches here, thinking about where the plants could go and all that sort of thing. For the plants, I started looking with house plants since I thought they were be the closest thing to this sort of idea, with being used to being indoor areas and around people all the time. And also hydroponic plants could be useful as there's no soil to worry about, very clean, very so then I went to IKEA for researching, being in the environment, experiencing design interiors with plants around. These are some of my pictures, and really gives you a good idea of the sort of atmosphere you're trying to create with. I was trying to create with this sort of project. So from what I saw, did some of my own sketches here, and the sort of earthy colours, the greens, the woods, the lighting, and obviously the plants. There's a digital sketch there, and like the way it sort of flowed around the whole body of the car, as you can see. Here's I was playing with a leaf just from a plant from the garden centre that I bought, just like bending it around in my hand, and then looks like quite a comfy chair there, so sketched a load of chairs, and the sort of leaf chair idea stuck with me, and took on expanded into the exterior design here, using that leaf concept for the whole body of the car inside and out. Thought was quite a good idea. Once I'd sort of finished playing around with the design, I looked into the materials. The current modern day materials I don't see as being that sustainable, so sustainable materials I looked into bioplastics, and hemp plastic was the best one I found, and some really incredible properties that it has. not to be confused with marijuana. The cellulose is what makes it so strong because it's such a high fibre percentage. Some of the properties, it's strong, it's light, it's fire resistant, so really ideal for building cars, even houses, just thousands of things really. Here's an example from almost 80 years ago. It's Henry Ford's hemp car. It was lighter, 30% lighter, so more fuel efficient obviously. With that, it was a great piece of design, and I think it should be used more in current day. The only examples I could find was BMW i8, and some guy in America built his own, so he said it's brilliant, light, it's good material to use, so for me that would be my material of choice. Here's the construction of the model I was making. Making a model really gives you an idea of you can feel it, you can look around it, you can stick your head in it if you want, but here are some of the progress pictures of it and from the beginning. So just taking MDF, cutting the shapes out and layering it together and gradually building it up. Use a different type of wood there for the base to get more of a textured floor, and added some people to use as like a scale, or imagine yourself being there, and help me sort of get the right size for the chairs and things like that. And here's the chair I made for it, quite a challenging little thing, but enjoy a challenge, so that was quite good to make. As you can see, my saw started to get quite blunt, so it was charring everything, but so I changed the saw. There, the plant's been added. Made it waterproof because obviously you don't want your MDF to get all soggy and wet. Used tape and plastic and stones to weigh it down, and then added the soil, and ended up looking quite good, I thought. Here are my final pictures. Here is why it's called Scamoldai. As I was making the roof, I thought the long slats of MDF looked like the palms of a leaf tree, which made me think of the feeling of being out in the tropical jungle, in the woods with the natural elements around, and the feeling of being in a natural environment. So here is the sketches I did. They're okay. I think some of the wheels could have drawn a bit better, but happy with how they looked overall, I think. So here's the interior sketch, quite fun, quite funky, nice colours and lines. Yeah, gets like a good idea of the inside space that you're in. Then I started learning Blender from scratch. Blender's a really good tool and free but very, very powerful bit of software, so highly recommend learning it if you have the time. It's a bit slow at start to get to grips with it, but once you get to grips with it, you're away and you learn faster and faster as you get going, so worth it in the end, but a bit of a struggle to begin with, to be honest. So here's what I made. It's these are the wireframes, so you can get an idea of how these Blender models are built. Just see the chair and the plants and the car itself. So here are how they looked in rendered mode. It's very impressive how it works out all the light and reflections and the different surfaces at night and in the day, and different colours. They're easy to change, and the good thing about Blender, you can make a model then take screenshots of it at any angle, so it's very useful. And it's one of the final ones I did, and there's a close-up with the plants I made, and you can see the chairs inside there in the green. This is a different sort of render engine, so you can see it's slightly different lighting and a little bit more specular, that sort of gives it a bit more atmosphere, I think. Here's one with the background. This is the woven city, I think, so I thought it fit very well in this environment. And yeah, here's my Instagram details, or if you want to ever get in touch, I'll just leave a comment. Thank you for listening.